Hey, good morning, good morning. How are you doing? Hey, mamas. So you might be wondering, she's going live on the Bookkeeper Training School page, and she's talking about the Small Biz Mama podcast. So just so you know, we are actually working on consolidating things because I know that a lot of you are following me over multiple platforms, and so we want to make it easier for you, to just have everything in one place. So we're going to kind of be consolidating everything under this page, and so it's going to be cool. Because you're going to see me live a lot more on this page, and we're going to be talking about the podcast a lot more on this page. If you don't know, I have a podcast called Small Biz Mama, or Confessions of a Small Biz Mama. And so every week we come out with a new episode where we talk about business and life and parenting and all the things that you small biz mamas want to hear more about. And so keep submitting your questions. You can go to askkristen.net and submit your questions. Hey, honey, I'm live. Okay? Want to come see? Okay. So Eric's with me this morning. So if you say hi, look. Hi. Okay, so I want to talk to you today about money routines because I know that I know a lot of you have routines. We talked on the pages about morning routines and evening routines and startup routines. And so I thought that it would be a good idea to have a discussion about one of the routines that not only saves us a ton of time, but has helped us pay off a tremendous amount of debt over the years. We have paid off over $220,000 in consumer debt. And now we are, we've built up significant savings. And a lot of that is our spending habits and our money routines. And so one thing I think that a lot of people don't know about just, bill payment in general is that for most of your vendors, you can actually call them up and ask to request to have your payment date changed, the day that your payment is due. And so that's kind of one of the first things that you kind of need to do is you need to figure out when your money has to leave your bank account, okay, and when your money comes in. And so what we did, do you want me to help you with that? You got it. Okay. So one of the things that we did is we actually, here, I'll help you. We wrote down basically, okay, so we got paid when we first started doing this, we got paid twice a month. If you're self-employed, you can pay yourself once a month or twice a month. It's actually nice if you're self-employed because you get to control the frequency that you pay yourself. And so I like to do it either once a month or twice a month. Okay. And so write down on a piece of paper, or you can do this in Excel if you want to use worksheets, you can use a Google sheet. But essentially what you need to do is you need to figure out when you get paid, okay? And even if it changes, a couple days of the month or whatever, the way that we kind of did it is we would say, okay, we get 2 paychecks a month, which wasn't always true. Sometimes you got more than that. But what we would do is we'd say, okay, I know I'm going to get paid, twice a month. And so the first check, this is what we're going to use it for. And then the second check, this is what we're going to use that one for. And we moved our bills around so that there was enough cash flow to pay for everything. And, there were definitely times before we kind of moved things around that things were really tight. Or that maybe, I know some of you say sometimes there's more month left, when the money's gone. And so what we did is we moved things around. Sometimes we would make like half payments instead, or we'd have to hold over money from one paycheck to be able to pay for things in the next paycheck. Okay. But the thing is, if you don't know what your money rhythm looks like, it makes it very difficult for you to get ahead because you don't know where there might be extra money that you might be able to put aside, or that you can use to pay off debt. Now, this week's episode of the Small Biz Mama podcast is actually all about 5 ways to save money without missing it. Okay. And you can listen to that anywhere you listen to podcasts, or you can go to smallbizmama.com and listen to that episode. But a lot of you guys have been asking me, we've been getting a lot of emails asking for more money management stuff. Because a lot of you know that we paid off a lot of debt. And so I'm going to be sharing, especially this year, I'm going to be sharing a lot more tips and strategies and things that we've done. But once you find that routine, it makes it a lot easier for you to implement other things. But when you're constantly worried that there's not enough money, then what happens is you kind of panic pay bills, right? And so having a rhythm, a routine, knowing when the money needs to leave your account, is going to help you create a little bit more peace with your money, and it's going to make you feel more in control. Because I know a lot of you probably feel like your money situation is out of control and you need to get that fixed. Honey, I'm using this, okay? And so creating that control over your money is a really important thing to do. All right. So if you have any questions about this, please let me know. If you know somebody, hold on, Eric. Hi, look, I'm live on there. See? I usually do these in my office. You guys know that because you see the background. So, thank you for helping. He's got some Play-Doh. He's cool. He really misses his dad. So my husband's visiting his parents, and Eric misses his dad. One thing that we realized, and this is kind of a side thing, but so in Eric's life, there have been, let's see, today's Tuesday, right? So there have been 3 nights where both of us weren't home, where both of his parents weren't home. There's one night that I spent in the hospital because I was having a little bit of a heart issue they were trying to figure out. And then now 2 nights that his dad is out of town. So that means that, he's kind of like, what's going on? Like, my routine's all messed up, and, dad's not here. But daddy will be home tomorrow, right? Mm-hmm. That's pretty awesome. So, but yeah, so, going back to money, I think a lot of people, oh, thank you, Teresa. I appreciate it. I think a lot of people, when they feel out of control with their money, right? And so this year is a really good time. I think any time is a really good time to make the decision that you're going to take control of your money. But why not now, right? And it's really, really simple. Once you lay it out, and I'll tell you, you know what? It's going to be scary. I will tell you that the first time we wrote everything down, okay? And I remember Jeff and I were sitting there and we got Excel because we're both geeks, and we wrote everything down. We wrote our income down. We listed all of the debt that we had. We listed all of our expenses. And we realized that we were over $200,000 in debt, not including our house. We just kind of, oh my goodness. Like, it seemed like an impossible hole. But once we had that, it was kind of empowering because we knew where we were, right? And our heads were no longer in the sand. And so I'd really recommend that, if you're just coming on now, come back, watch the beginning of this video where I talk about how to set up your routine. But really the first piece is just to figure out when the money comes into your account and when it needs to go back out. And that alone is so empowering because you can start to take control of your money. Okay. And so on Thursday, I'm going to go live again. If you guys have any questions, you can leave them on this live. Go listen to the podcast at smallbizmama.com. Leave your questions that you have about the podcast, and we'll be talking more about money on Thursday. All right, guys, take care. I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Say bye, Eric.
Bye.